Hey guys, it's Kelly. Mari and I are back with another challenge layout this week. And our theme this week is to use a Christmas collection on a non-Christmas photo or photos. And I pulled out the Fancy Pants Wish Season collection. And I went ahead and went through some of the embellishments that did not scream Christmas and I felt like could be used for some different things. So I have to say, when I first saw this suggestion for the challenge, I wanted to immediately say no, no way. Already struggle using the Christmas themed papers, although I have no problem buying them. So why on earth am I going to want to really create a struggle for myself to use the papers for a non themed layout? It's all in my head. This went together beautifully and it worked well, and this is definitely proof positive that you can use the colors. And to further challenge myself, I decided to use red and green. What made this work though is the fact that the green is not a true green. It is more of that minty green, and the red is a little bit more of the brick red versus a bright Christmas red. So this collection I've only used maybe for one other layout or so. I will be honest with you, I don't love it. It's one of those collections where when I looked on my computer, I felt like the colors were so much prettier on the screen than they are in real life. So it was a little bit of a disappointment. So for that as well, I'm glad that I was able to use the collection. And in the end, I really do like the way that the layout came out. So that's always a nice thing, especially, or at least for me, when I have a collection that I bought and I'm like, ugh, this just isn't what I thought it was going to be, and I still manage to use it. So at this point, I'm a little stuck on what I want to do, and so I just am going through the layers to refresh my memory of some of the things that I have pulled out that I thought might work. And I thought that the journaling card that I just have in my hand right now would be good, because I do want to do a little bit of journaling on this layout. And the top of it says, "Today was awesome." And these pictures are of my daughter being goofy at Target. I try to avoid going to Target with her, strictly because, number one, she can find a bunch of stuff that she absolutely has to have and need. And, when you're trying to stick to the items on the list and a budget, she is not the person to take. So anyway, we had to go the first night of after school got back into session because she needed a couple of things. And so, as you can see, I decided to document why I don't want to take her, even though I didn't put that in the journaling. She just gets sidetracked and she finds funny things, and she does make it fun. So one of the, or a couple of the things that she picked up were this taco piñata, the lunchbox. It says, "Pizza is my boyfriend." She had on mouse ears. This girl, she was all over the place. But that's what makes her so much fun, and you never know what you're going to get. So I finally decided that I was going to use some layers behind the photos, but I changed up the combination of the layers. I used the same papers, but I put them in different orders underneath the photos for a little bit of, what am I trying to say? Variety. I wanted it to look very similar without it being too similar, if that makes sense. I wanted to spice it up a bit, but I did not want to bring in so many patterns and to make it look like more of a Christmas layout. That's what I was afraid of. I was trying to keep it looking like the colors were pulled from the photos and not a Christmas collection, if that makes sense. So I'm just going through the ephemera pieces again. I liked those photo corners and I wanted to use one at the bottom. And in just a little bit, I'm going to walk away from the layout because I kind of get stuck. I know I have in my head somewhat now of where I want to go with it. And I just have to walk away and I come back to it the next day and am able to get it finished. For me, sometimes just looking at it after a few hours, just I'm able to see the layout in a whole new light. And another trick that I have taken to doing is I'll take a picture of my layout while it's in progress. And for whatever reason, looking at the photo of the layout helps me to see things that I just can't see in person, which, you know, hey, it works. I don't think it next actually sounds right in my head because you should be able to see it in person, but for whatever reason, for me, it works. So I am going to put some craft foam behind the photos. I just wanted to pop both of them up, add a little bit of dimension. I wanted to bring some more interest to the page without bringing in a lot more embellishments. And at this time, I was still trying to figure out what my title was going to be because I wanted it to be something appropriate for this page. So here I am coming back to the layout, and I had already thought about my title, and I've got that down on some wax paper. You'll see it up in the right hand corner, and I went ahead and journaled off camera because for me to write out my journaling while the camera is rolling is just one of those things that it's just not the easiest. I don't know why, but yeah. So I'm liking the way that this is starting to look, so I want to go ahead and get some of these layers down. So I used my T-square ruler just to line up that green background strip. And I'm going to go ahead and use both of the photo corners. And I do really like the way that it helps bring that diagonal design, especially after I came up with the title, which is Tacos, Pizza, and Target, which just is a random title, but I really liked it because I felt like it went with the the journaling that I wrote about how she finds the funniest things, and she's just a blast to go shopping with. The other thing that I liked about it was that I was able to use a bunch of letters. I had purchased 3 of the different alphas that went with this collection of papers, and I kept the alphas with the collection as opposed to putting them in with my other alphas, and that was probably not the right thing to do because I haven't used any of them, obviously. So for me to make a big title and really dig into that alpha collection was another plus for this. So the little ephemera pieces I'm pulling out, this says I love everything about this, and there's the best day, and I like that pop of red because it just brings the title in the photo corners into that cluster as well. So those circle embellishments that I put in, they were also with the collection, and it was tough finding some stuff, but it wasn't impossible to find things from that collection that would work. Obviously, themes like Christmas trees and snowflakes aren't going to be as easy to put together with your everyday pictures, but I did find that there were several things in this collection that went perfect. So I'm putting this puffy sticker, it's XOXOXO, underneath the target, and that helps to ground that bit of the title as well. And that ampersand is also from the ephemera from this collection. Now, if I could redo my title, I would. I feel like there's just a little bit too much space between the words taco and pizza, but it is what it is, and I've already glued them down, so I'm just going to live with it. The one other thing that I forgot to mention is that I pulled out a different sheet of cardstock for this, and it is a white cardstock that has embossed polka dots on it, and that just gives a little bit of added interest to the background without it being very loud and obtrusive. So I did pull out a few more things from my stash that are not Christmas themed, and I'm going to use those gold hearts in 3 different places, and I pulled out the Love This, and I'm going to move it to the other cluster right underneath the important piece. The words are failing me. I move it because I felt like it needed to be with that cluster. So the last thing I do is I am just putting on some sprinkles of the gold color shine, and that's it for me. I have some close-ups at the end. Be sure and check out Mari's video as well. I will link it in the details section below, and I hope you guys enjoy this. I really did, in the end, enjoy the way that this layout came out, and the fact that it's, you know, a good, funny story that is now in our books. So I hope you guys have a great day. I will see you soon, and don't forget to check out Mari's video as well. Take care. Bye.